Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. It is Wednesday, May 3rd. Videos went up yesterday, and the Marjorie Taylor Greene one has proved to be a popular video, much more popular than most of my videos were. And it didn't go to the wrong side of YouTube, so I haven't had to deal with a bunch of comments and deletions and things like that. Small blessings, I suppose. But one of the interesting things that came up with the readings yesterday was about CNN and how they were going to basically do pay-per-view for the Trump town hall in New Hampshire, and that CNN's moving more towards the right with the speculation that they're trying to replace, trying to siphon off some viewers from Fox News. I was just looking at some graphs right now because I kind of wanted to get a feel for what the ratings were like for CNN versus MSNBC versus Fox. And I can't get the graphs as a thumbnail because they're not saved as JPEGs. They're saved as .pngs, and I can't upload those. But long and short of it, Fox, let's say in prime time, has 2 million viewers, and say 200,000 of those are between the ages of 25 and 54, which are the advertisers would think are their prime, money candidates. MSNBC has about 1 million viewers, and CNN has about 500,000 viewers. And they all have similar number of people that are the 25 to 54 range. With CNN actually have a little more than MSNBC. But ratings-wise, CNN grabs about a quarter of what Fox has and half of what MSNBC has. So it makes sense that CNN, they're trying to compete with MSNBC, and they're not doing well. And looking at older graphs, it was kind of a head-to-head match, and they would sort of trade places, CNN and MSNBC, but it looks like MSNBC has really separated themselves from CNN. Maybe because CNN has started pushing more to the right, it's losing those left viewers. But as they push to the right, I'm assuming they're hoping there's a bigger pool of Fox viewers, twice as many Fox viewers as MSNBC viewers. So if they can siphon off a bunch of Fox viewers, there's a bigger pool there. So that's probably one reason why they're doing that. Okay, parking that at the side. Now, mind you, on my when I open up Internet Explorer or Firefox, CNN is thumbnailed on my Google account, because that's typically where I go just to get some headline news, stuff like that. And maybe I'll keep it, maybe I'll change it. We'll see what happens. It really depends on how truthful CNN is as they report the news. If you really want news, go to AP, go to Reuters. You can go to NPR. They tend to take out all the adjectives that piss people off and inflame people. Okay, that being said, let's find out about Anderson Cooper and Wolf Blitzer. How they're feeling about CNN's transition, shall we say, to a right-wing news media, assuming that's what's happening, and what they're going to do about it. So let's start with Anderson Cooper. So, Spirit, can you give us an idea of what Anderson's feeling like with his career at CNN, or what he's planning on doing with the future of his career? Let's see what happens. I kind of knew this was going to come up. He's thinking about moving. He's thinking about leaving. He's making his plans. He's looking at the lay of the land with CNN right now. I think he sees what's coming and where they're going and why they're going there. And it's probably, he probably is not real thrilled with it. What are we going to cross that with? Death. Okay, so that's, it's basically CNN is not going to be the company that he's spent all these years working at. And death is the end of a cycle. So this contemplation isn't, CNN's changing and that's a good thing. This is CNN's changing, and my career, my time at CNN's probably coming to an end as well. Whether he leaves on his own volition or they ask him to leave, we'll find out. But he sees the writing on the wall. It doesn't look like it's right there yet. It's not the Three of Wands and not the Four of Wands, but he can see it off there. In the past, you've got the Knight of Swords. I think, Anderson kind of leads the charge as far as lead host. I think he's one of the highest paid anchors in all of TV news media. So, he really is the face of CNN. He's leading the charge on that, but that's in the past. What's his current situation? Current situation is the Queen of Swords. Okay, so he's actually we'll leave his homosexuality and queens aside for a second. But, you're graduating from a knight to a queen. His current situation, as he's become older and more established in the network, he can pretty much call his shots. He can call his shots, and he understands it's a business. The news business is business. It's cutthroat. It's ruthless, and things are going to change. And where maybe he was more idealistic in this one, charging forward, making a difference, he's a little more cut and dry with this one. Okay, and that Queen of Swords could also be, contract time comes up, I'm okay leaving. I've got other options. Overarching is Temperance. I think he is, it's the dawning of the new day in the background here, but it's also testing the waters to see what's CNN going to be like as it makes its transition from a left-leaning news source to a right-leaning news source. How far to the right are they going to go? Are they going to be truthful and have integrity with their news reporting? Or are they going to spread falsehoods for the sake of ratings? Let's see what happens. I don't suspect he's hopeful, but I think he's pragmatic enough to say, okay, we'll see what happens. This may not be the worst thing in the world. We may not like it, but, he's not us. The lesson to learn is the happy family. I don't think this is necessarily CNN's a happy family. The rainbow can also represent, gay pride, but I think it can also represent the Republican Party, and that's where the resources are. People are going to get disenfranchised with Fox News. Fox is going to keep getting hammered with lawsuits. Won't we all celebrate as truth comes out and Fox is held accountable for the truth that will come out and the financial penalties that come? We're not celebrating the demise of Fox as much as we are celebrating that the truth is out, accountability, integrity, and honesty matter. And if you choose not to do those things, there is a consequence for it. And that consequence might be you don't get to broadcast anymore. So again, I think the kind of the lesson to be learned here is that, things come to an end. He probably had good times at CNN, and CNN's not going after Republican Party members, and he may not want that. Or how about this? If he does stay and they do reach Republicans, now you've got a very out gay man that they're listening to. Maybe that makes things easier for them to accept the LGBTQ community, if you want to look on the positive side for that. Outcome. We got the victory card, although it was reversed though. I really need to look at my cards to find out I'm getting so many reversals. If it's the victory card, I think he gets what he wants out of it. If he's let go, he's going to land somewhere else. Basically, you know what this is? If he leaves on his own terms. If he stays on his own terms. So, if they force him out, that's fine. He's going to land on his feet. He'll be fine. I wouldn't say the same thing for Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson's going to have very, very limited options to where he lands. But I think as far as Anderson Cooper goes, he still has his integrity and his reputation intact, so he'll be fine. And underneath it all is the high priestess, secrets, feminine wisdom, and such. So I think what that's telling me is that he is going to use his intuition, his he's gonna make wise choices. Simply put, not over explaining, he's gonna make wise choices. They're not rash, they're insightful, and I think he's going to be fine with that one. So don't lose any sleep over Anderson Cooper. Anderson's going to be fine. I don't know if I kept saying Tucker during there, but Anderson Cooper is going to be fine. All right. Now we can look at Wolf Blitzer. It's funny because when I was young, I remember I was in college during the 1990 our first incursion over with Iraq. And that's my first introduction to Wolf Blitzer, was the reporter in the field in the war zone reporting from the war zone, 33 years ago. So that was my first introduction to him. And, it's kind of been interesting to see him, rise through the ranks to the position of importance that he is now. Certainly one of the biggest names on the CNN network. What's his future looking like with CNN? What does he think of this situation? Okay. Wolf Blitzer. Wolf Blitzer Spirit. What can you tell us about Wolf Blitzer's thoughts with CNN? In their current... Okay, you want to be on top? There we go. Here we go. Let's see what we got for Wolf Blitzer. Leaving. I think he's ready to go. I think he sees the writing on the wall, and he's going to make his plans to depart. Whether he's asked to leave or leaves on his own volition, we'll find out. But you've got the moon blocking the sun in an eclipse, and as things reveal themselves, he's going to be like, yeah, you know what? No, I'm good with this. I suspect, though, because, well, again, I grew up with Wolf Blitzer being a field reporter. I don't think he would leave, and I think CNN used to be a lot more conservative. I'd have to look that up, but I just seem to recall they were a bit more conservative in nature, and they probably moved to the left. He might be asked to leave. I think as a reporter, he could work for either one as long as there's integrity. If there's no integrity there, he'd go on his own. But he might actually be asked to leave. What are we crossing this with? The Eight of Wands. So, yeah, his demise is going to happen a lot faster. Whether he's asked to, where he's let go or he leaves on his own volition, it's going to happen a lot faster than with Anderson Cooper. In the past, here we go again. In the past, you've got the, he's had a good career. He's had a good run of it, and he's done a lot at that network, and that network's done a lot with him. It was a great relationship that he had with that network, but that's in the past. What's the current situation? Working hard, cranking out, he's just sitting there, cranking out the work. But what might be the problem with Wolf Blitzer is that it's kind of redundant. It's not inspiring. This is grinding. This is just grinding through stuff. And maybe CNN wants to go a different way because they want somebody more dynamic. They've used this guy up. He's old news. And now they're going to bring in somebody younger and more dynamic in there. I don't think Wolf has phoned it in. I think they might be looking at, he's great. He's been getting stuff done, but we want to go a different direction. It's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. And there we go. Bringing a young person, send Wolf on his way. Yeah, they're going to bring in some younger talent, some hotshot young guy. They want the 2023 version of Wolf Blitzer from 1990. They want to bring that guy in there. Lesson to be learned. Yeah. Again, it's a business. There's a lot of fighting. There's a lot of turmoil and such that's in there. And it could just be that, Wolf could say, I'm gone. I don't want to do this anymore. There's just too much. There's too much drama. There's going to be too much drama in this. And, I just want to work. I don't want to be involved in the drama. So, yeah, that Fool card could also be just him saying, yeah, I'm gone. I'm out of here. Don't want to be here. Outcome, it's the end. So, yeah, this tells me that CNN's gonna ask him to leave. They're gonna ask him to leave on their terms, not on his terms, and it's gonna be unfortunate. I mean, it's unfortunate. It's the Ten of Swords. It could be worse if it was the Three of Swords. Three of Swords would be something personal. You know, that could be like what happened with Don Lemon would be like the Three of Swords. You know, your bad behavior got to this. This is just, ratings, dude. It's all about ratings. We don't want to pay you the $5 million a year that we pay you. We'd rather, get somebody else in here and bring in some fresh blood. And then underneath it, we've got the Justice card. So, I think that, so that's the vibe underneath it is justice. Is it an injustice? I don't think it's an injustice. I think that, again, the Justice card has the sword of truth and the scales of balance. And I think they're trying to balance more the right-wing contributors with their programming, so they're going to get rid of some of the older ones that were there. And maybe Wolf Blitzer goes on to some other career. Maybe he retires. I don't know. Maybe we should find out. With that qualifier, I don't need to do a qualifier on the Ten of Swords. I'm gonna throw in Wolf Blitzer one more time here. Just a little four-carder. And I want to ask, what does he end up doing? I'm going to leave this card out as a signifier because he's leaving. So, where is he leaving to? Isn't that what we want to know, really? Because it's going to happen quickly. So, is he being asked to leave? Actually, no, I should put that in there. We know that he's leaving. For entertainment purposes only. We actually don't know he's leaving. That's just me reading tarot cards saying that he's leaving. I could be wrong. You don't want to fire the guy before his time. What's Wolf Blitzer going to do? Try and mix these up a little bit here. If Wolf Blitzer leaves CNN, what will he do? What's his next gig? Is there a next gig? Maybe he retires, goes traveling, enjoys life. He's allowed, right? Okay, so we've got the Seven of Swords. He's going off. It's almost like he's going off into the night. It's like his job's taken away from him, and the offers aren't there. I think that's kind of what it is. It's not that he's blackballed, but it's like the offers that he is deserving aren't there. So I suspect he will be taking a break on this. And this could also be, this also could be like backroom deals and shenanigans happening at CNN. Like, we're not telling him we're getting rid of him. Queen of Pentacles. There's your disappointment card. And sorrow. Okay, so... And then we've got the Emperor. Okay, so what's happening? I think what this is telling me is that there's already backroom deals being done. They're going to get rid of them. And it's the top brass at CNN that are making the decisions. And it's going to be particularly hurtful to him because it's going to feel like a betrayal. If I'm correct, the emotion behind it is it's like, man, you kind of did me dirty on this one. You weren't upfront with me. We could have handled this like adults, but you had to sneak around behind my back to court a new person, and that really hurts. And which could be why he leaves. Like when it showed the Eight of Cups and then the Eight of Wands, it's like it's such a disappointment. It's like, well, if I'm not wanted here, I'm just gonna go. He's got pride. He's got an ego. He doesn't need to put up with that crap. And, it's again, I think he'll take care of himself. He'll be fine. Financially, he's fine. He's made his money. He's going to take care of himself. He's going to make sure that he's fine. But it's an absolute disappointment the way things worked out. This could be like they give him a severance package. Like, we'll pay you the rest of your contract. Just go now. Or, we'll give you a severance or something along those lines. And they'll probably pay him not to work, but it's a disappointment for him. But this is going to be the top management making that decision. So I don't know what he's going to do next. The cards didn't tell me that. I think they're just telling me, clarifying that, that's going to be, they're going to do him dirty. And he's going to say, he'll either say, see you later, or they'll say, we want you gone, but there'll be financial compensation for it. He'll be okay. Does that mean you don't want to watch CNN anymore or boycott him? That's up to you. Game time decision on that one. Fox News lied. Arlene Army was posting in there how she was a Trumplican, and it was the insurrection that really woke her up to that. I imagine she doesn't watch Fox News anymore because they were spreading lies to her. And Fox has lied to a lot of their viewers, and a lot of the viewers are going to be disenfranchised. And again, where are they going to go? The more extreme ones are going to go to OAN and Newsmax. The less extreme ones, they don't have anywhere to go right now. They're stuck with Fox News. And CNN wants to fill that void and help the ratings. It's all about money and advertising. So does that mean you don't have to watch CNN anymore? Again, you can keep it in there and see if what they're saying is truthful. If it's lies, you don't have to watch. But don't put yourself in an echo chamber. Don't do what the GOP, what the Republicans and the Fox viewers did, where they only got their information from that source and internet memes, and therefore they started living in a different reality. It's okay to listen to the other side, the right side, the conservative side, as long as they're living in the same reality as us. Different point of view, and you can sort of take their point of view into account with your values, because that's where compromise happens. Right now there's no compromise because we're not living in the same reality. We're not living in the same universe. And the people that we'd be compromising with don't want to compromise, and they've pushed their party so far to the right that any compromise would be something akin to what Nazi Germany was in World War II. That's where the compromise is right now. They're 3 steps to the right of that. Good Lord. Okay. Anyways, that's my reading on Anderson, Cooper, and Wolf Blitzer. Anderson, fine. Wolf probably will be looking for opportunities and sooner than Anderson. Hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.